I think there's a certain level of resentment that is not being really understood. This report that, because now I'm seeing so often this idea that there's people who are very upset about this report of some survey, all these young men skewing rightward at like 12 and in their teens and such like. Well, one of the things I started to think about was I was like, okay, what do I think of, like I started to really kind of think soft in a way rather than think hard about it. And so as I was watching, because at my job I get to watch watch people, and so I was thinking, yeah, when I was that age, I had kind of a cynical thing, and why aren't the grown-ups acting blind to this, that, or the other? So now I started to really kind of crunch it a bit. I thought, that's a big part of this. That these young kids, they're seeing something that is quite obvious. Is that none of the riotousness could have happened really without there have being an active effort to allow it. That they're not fooled. They're sitting back going, come on now. Are you kidding? You didn't bring the hammer down on people, so they just kept rioting, and that because of the information literacy and the internet savvy of what is now this age group that everyone's so worried about, they were watching the same streams like I was, where you could see what was really going on. There's, these Antifa types and these unicorn riot people and stuff like that are getting their donation on and getting their donos, for the cause at live right there, and you're seeing how this is going down, how they're talking to each other about where the police were and stuff like that. Well, young people saw this, and to the point that it's like it's become kind of this funny thing about years later talking to somebody and making a reference that I realize is mimetic, and that they're like, oh my God, I haven't heard that in years. And this person had to be in a certain sector of the internet to be aware of that and understand the humor. So this is happening. This is happening. But it's just weird. It's just a new way of experiencing this kind of thing, of a thing like popular culture, so to speak. So I started thinking about these are now these young men who are answering the survey, and one of the key things is that for them, they're understanding, well, no, you could see this on Twitter, you could see it on Instagram. These people are openly posting, it says protest, but the image is a hand with a Molotov cocktail. That's not protesting. And that was the whole thing, that it was so obvious, and that even if so then beyond that, you get some people, like older characters like yours truly, and we forwarded all of it to like FBI in the local area, forwarded all of it to the local police. What did you find out? That nothing was done. That nothing at all was done. It's still, the riot happened. This would happen in towns all over the United States. It seemed that it was this massive effort to just get cops to just stand there with their billy clubs and look at stuff burn. And just like, oh my gosh, well, what are we going to do? I mean, there's so many of them. Oh my God, are we going to what do we got to use tear gas or something like that? Oh my gosh, never. We'd never do a thing like that. No, look, they're just expressing their anger feels. Oh, they're so angry about this guy that they never met. It's just so legitimate. and of course this is, the complete and total is the height of the pyramid of permissive mothering and permissive behavior that's, over the last few generations, over about the last, like, really about generation and a half. And so that a lot of these Gen Zs and Gen Alphas, they know what's up. They know what's going on. They're hip to the score is what it is. And that kind of humiliation of, I know that pot won't kill me, Mom, that this is now, I know the government had to be involved in not doing shit about Antifa and BLM. The FBI has to be involved in not doing something about BLM and Antifa. That's why you're seeing so much done at the state levels and local levels about about these various groups. And then why isn't the IRS? It took so long for, everyone any idiot on YouTube was able to find 2 or 3 channels that did a fantastic breakdown of how it's like, no, the tax filings of BLM are all over the place. Like, these don't make any sense at all. They know this is all, this looks like fraud on top of double fraud with, like, on fraud flapjacks, and nobody was asking any questions. And the idea is that, oh, well, after all the good trouble that we caused, nobody's going to ask any questions. We got the Capitol Police, some extrajudiciary body who's going to start investigating people for their not liking the Democratic Party's policies. We'll show you, Jack. And so it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic that everybody's mask off. The Democrats have finally shown their final form in a lot of ways, and that the young are like, holy shit, you guys suck. Why do you older fuckers suck? Why won't you just stop? You already have a fantastic outline for how this whole thing's supposed to work. Like, it was like the comic books, and nobody going to see the comic book movies and TV shows. Fuckers, it was already written down and illustrated for you. Why didn't you just make a fucking cartoon and adapt it? You guys are so dumb. And that's really, yeah. Why are you old people so dumb? That's yeah. All right, late.